Welcome to The Secret Of. Nothing is ever quite what it seems.
Do you remember that feeling? That sense of boundlessness that stretched out before you? Those endless childhood summers? Where the days seemed to last forever, filled with sunshine and laughter, and the possibilities were as limitless as the horizon itself. Each day was an adventure, a new world waiting to be discovered just beyond the backyard fence. Every corner held a secret, every tree a potential fortress. Time was measured by scraped knees, badges of honor earned in daring escapades and epic games of tag, and the sweet, sticky joy of melting ice cream, a race against the sun to savor every last lick before it dripped onto your hands. The return to school, with its rigid schedules and structured learning, felt impossibly far away, a distant threat on the horizon that could be safely ignored for now. Every moment was new, a fresh experience, a chance to learn and grow and marvel at the wonders of the world. Carving deep impressions in our young minds, shaping who we would become and coloring our memories with the vibrant hues of childhood. Now think about last year. Take a moment to really reflect. Did it fly by in a blur, a whirlwind of activity and obligations that left you breathless and wondering where the time went? Birthdays seemed to arrive faster, each one a fleeting reminder of the relentless march of time. And the seasons change in a blink, a rapid montage of colors and temperatures that barely register before they're gone. The long, lazy days of youth, filled with endless possibilities and unstructured time, are replaced by packed schedules, overflowing with appointments, deadlines, and commitments. And routines, the comforting yet monotonous rhythm of daily life that can make the days feel indistinguishable from one another. Weeks blend together, a seamless stream of tasks and responsibilities that flow into one another without pause. And suddenly another year is gone, vanished in a blink, leaving you wondering where it went and what you accomplished. It's a strange sensation, this quickening of time, this feeling that life is accelerating beyond our control. But the clocks aren't ticking faster, the laws of physics haven't changed. An hour is still 60 minutes, a minute still 60 seconds. The objective measure of time, the way we quantify it with clocks and calendars, never changes. Yet, our inner sense of time, our subjective experience of its passage, transforms dramatically as we age, shifting from a slow, meandering stream to a rapid, rushing torrent. As children, time felt abundant, a vast ocean to explore, an endless playground of possibilities. As adults, it's a rushing river, a powerful force that seems to sweep us along, carrying us swiftly along, often without us feeling like we have any control over the direction or the speed. This isn't just nostalgia. It's not simply a longing for the past, it's a fundamental shift in how our brains perceive time, a change in the way we process and remember experiences. Why does a year feel so much shorter at 40 than at 10? What is it about the aging process that warps our perception of time? The answer lies not in the world around us, not in some external force that's speeding things up, but within our minds, in the intricate workings of our brains and the way we experience the world. It's about how we experience life, the richness and novelty of our experiences, form memories and make sense of our journey, the stories we tell ourselves about who we are and where we're going. Understanding this shift, recognizing the factors that influence our perception of time, is the first step to reclaiming our sense of time, to slowing things down and savoring the present moment. Time itself, measured in precise increments, hasn't changed. A minute is still a minute. A second remains a second. The fundamental units remain constant, a bedrock of our physical reality. The Earth spins on its axis at a consistent rate, marking the passage of days and nights with unwavering accuracy. Calendars mark the same days, the same weeks, the same months, year after year in a predictable cycle. So why, despite this cosmic consistency, does time feel so subjectively different as we age? Why does it seem to speed up, slipping through our fingers like grains of sand? The change, the perceived acceleration is not in the external world, but within us. Our perception of time alters dramatically, shifting and morphing based on a complex interplay of factors. Our brains aren't atomic clocks. They don't measure time with unwavering precision. Instead, our sense of time is a complex construction, a subjective experience pieced together from various neural processes. It's profoundly shaped by emotions, the highs and lows that color our lives. Attention, the degree to which we are present and engaged in the moment, and critically, how we process new information, the rate at which our brains absorb and encode novel experiences. Our internal timeline, the subjective measure of our lives, can stretch or shrink, expand or contract, depending on what we're doing and feeling, the emotional and cognitive landscape of our present moment. That's why a watched pot never boils, because our focused attention amplifies the perceived duration of the wait, and time flies when you're having fun, because our brains are busily encoding positive experiences, making the time seem to pass quickly. Boredom makes minutes drag, each second an eternity. Excitement makes hours vanish, disappearing in a blink of an eye. Our mental state, not the clock on the wall, shapes our sense of duration, our subjective experience of the passage of time. The feeling that time accelerates as we age, that years seem shorter and shorter, is a real psychological phenomenon, a well-documented aspect of human experience. It's not just a complaint, a nostalgic lament for younger days, it's a genuine shift in experience, a fundamental alteration in how we perceive the flow of time. Understanding this subjective nature of time is the first step to exploring why it happens, to unraveling the mysteries of temporal perception, and maybe, just maybe, how we can influence it, how we can regain some control over our subjective experience of time. We can't stop the clock, we can't reverse the relentless march of time, but we can change how we experience its ticking. We can alter our perception and find ways to savor each moment. Our perception of time is deeply tied to memory. Think back to a year filled with new experiences. Travel, a new job, or starting school. Those times feel longer in memory because your brain was busy encoding new information. Each novel experience creates a mental landmark, making that period feel substantial. The more new memories we form, the longer a period seems in retrospect. A holiday packed with activities feels longer than a routine week at home. When life is full of novelty, time feels dense and extended. But when days are repetitive, memories blur, and time compresses. It's like skimming through similar pages in a book. The richness and novelty of our memories shape our sense of time's passage. Routine events fade, unique moments stand out for years. This is why time seems to slow down when we're young and speed up as we age. Novelty is the key to stretching our perception of time. Childhood is a time of constant discovery, a period brimming with first experiences and unfiltered wonder. It's a phase where every corner holds a potential adventure, and every question leads to a fascinating answer. Every day brings new sights, a kaleidoscope of colors and forms that captivate the young mind. Sounds and experiences. The world is a symphony of new sensations, each one leaving an imprint on the developing brain. A child's brain is a sponge, constantly absorbing information and making connections, soaking up novelty and forming strong memories. These early experiences shape our understanding of the world and lay the foundation for future learning. That's why a single summer can feel endless, stretching out like a vast, sun-drenched landscape. So many firsts, so much learned. Each new skill mastered, each book read, each adventure undertaken, etches itself into our memory. The world is vast and unexplored, a boundless realm of possibilities waiting to be discovered. Each day, a new adventure. Every path leads to a new vista, every corner reveals a hidden treasure. As adults, routines take over, gradually replacing the spontaneity of childhood with the predictability of daily life. Same commute, the familiar path traveled day after day, often on autopilot. Similar meals, the same flavors and textures repeated, offering comfort but little novelty. Predictable weekends, leisure time becomes structured, often filled with familiar activities that require minimal mental engagement. Routines are efficient, streamlining our lives and freeing up mental space for other tasks. But they reduce the amount of new information our brains process. Our senses become dulled, and we start to miss the subtle nuances of our surroundings. Fewer novel experiences mean fewer distinct memories. The days begin to blur together, creating a sense of monotony. Days and weeks blend together, losing their individual identities in the sea of sameness, making time feel like it's speeding up. The more routine our lives become, the faster time seems to fly. The shift from discovery to routine, from the boundless curiosity of childhood to the structured predictability of adulthood, is a primary reason time accelerates as we age. The fewer new experiences we have, the less time seems to stretch. When one year is much like the last, when the seasons blend into a continuous cycle of familiar activities, it passes in a flash. The lack of distinct memories creates the illusion of time speeding by. The adult brain, efficient with familiar situations, is designed to conserve energy and process information quickly. Doesn't work as hard to process them. This automatic processing reduces the amount of attention we pay to our surroundings. This efficiency contributes to a feeling of detachment from the present moment, to the sense that time is slipping away. The less we engage with our surroundings, the faster time seems to pass. To slow time, to recapture the feeling of those long, memorable childhood summers, we need to recapture some of that childhood curiosity. We must actively seek out new experiences and challenge our brains. Novelty keeps our days feeling full and memorable. By embracing new adventures, we can stretch time and create a richer, more fulfilling life. Our brains track time using several regions and chemicals, not a single clock. The hippocampus helps form and retrieve memories, crucial for logging life's moments. Dopamine, the pleasure neurotransmitter, also shapes our sense of time. High dopamine, triggered by novelty, can make time feel slower in the moment. When we're engaged and excited, our internal clock slows. When bored, it speeds up. Our brain's chemistry and alertness constantly adjust our perception. Even our senses process information at different speeds, which the brain synchronizes. As we age, changes in these processes, combined with less novelty, alter our sense of time. It's a dynamic interplay between biology and environment. Our experience of time is always evolving. Modern life feels like a race against the clock. We juggle work, family, and social commitments, leaving little room for reflection. Constant busyness means we don't fully process our experiences. Screens fragment our attention, making hours disappear without substance. Multitasking divides our focus, preventing deep engagement and strong memories. When attention is scattered, time feels like it vanishes. Even leisure becomes scheduled, squeezing out spontaneity. The lack of unstructured time reduces opportunities for new experiences. Our efficiency and connectivity may be accelerating our sense of time's passage. To slow down, we need to reclaim moments of presence and novelty. It's not about doing more but experiencing more deeply. Mindful living can help us feel less hurried and more fulfilled. Repetition puts us on autopilot. Think of driving a familiar route and barely remembering the journey. While efficient, autopilot means we're not fully present or forming new memories. These periods seem to vanish, making time slip away unnoticed. Burnout, caused by chronic stress, distorts our perception of time even more. Life becomes a monotonous blur, with few clear memories to mark its passage. Time blindness from routine or exhaustion means we're not truly experiencing life. We become passive observers, missing out on joy and connection. Recognizing these states is crucial. If life feels like a blur, it's a sign to make a change. Breaking free from autopilot and burnout is essential for well-being. Only then can we slow time and become active participants in our own stories. To make time feel longer, seek novelty and create rich memories. You don't need grand adventures, small changes matter. Learn a new skill, try a different route, or cook a new recipe. Mindfulness helps too. Pay full attention to the present moment. Notice the details, the taste of food, the warmth of sunlight, the sounds around you. Mindful engagement makes each moment richer and more distinct. Break routines, deliberately visit new places, try new activities. Each new experience becomes an anchor in time. Limit distractions, especially from screens, and focus your attention. Be present with loved ones, resist the urge to multitask. Deep engagement leads to stronger memories and a fuller sense of time. By choosing novelty and presence, we regain control over our experience of time. Our days become less hurried, more memorable, and more meaningful. Slowing down time isn't just about longer days. It's about richer, more meaningful ones. We want to look back and see a tapestry of experiences, not a blur of routines. Seeking novelty, being mindful, and breaking routines are strategies for a more fulfilling life. The clock keeps ticking, but we can change the density of our experiences. A year filled with adventure and learning feels longer than one spent on autopilot. Think of your life as a story. Memorable scenes make it compelling. Routines don't make for exciting chapters, novelty and connection do. By seeking these, we write a better story for ourselves. The goal isn't to fight time, but to fill it with more life. Experience more, notice more, remember more. When we do, time feels less fleeting and life feels fuller. True value comes from living deeply, not just counting the days.